Welcome back to ProcessCast with Mark Anderson and Samantha Blake. Your go-to podcast for insights into business process management and the technologies transforming the way we work.
Okay, let's be honest here for a second. When we say the word budgeting, you probably think of, those late nights hunched over a spreadsheet. And by the time you're finally done, the numbers feel like ancient history already.
I think a lot of people can relate to that feeling,
Yeah, and that's really what we want to get into today. How can you, as a business owner or someone in charge of the finances, actually improve the entire budgeting process?
I think that's a really important question.
Yeah, so how do you move past, just guessing and those static reports and create a system that really helps you to make smart decisions and reach your goals?
Right.
And we've been looking at a lot of different expert opinions and advice on this to try and give you some really concrete ideas that you can put into action.
I think we've got some really valuable insights.
Yeah, so let's dive in.
Yeah.
When it comes to effective budgeting, where should businesses be focusing their energy?
I think one of the most important things, and something that pretty much every expert agrees on, is that you need a clear and structured process. You can think of it like the backbone of your whole budget.
Right.
If you don't have a solid framework, then everything else is going to be so much harder to manage.
Makes sense. So what does a really good framework look like?
Well, one resource we came across actually breaks it down into 10 steps for planning a corporate budget.
10 steps.
Wow. Now, I know that might sound a little intimidating, but it's really a logical flow.
Okay.
So it starts with defining your business objectives and your strategy.
Right.
Like, what are you actually trying to achieve?
The big picture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then you look at your past financial performance, to kind of figure out where you're starting from.
Right.
Then you move into forecasting revenue.
The fun part.
Yeah, definitely a key step. And after that, you need to estimate your costs and expenses.
Okay.
Now, if you're a business that's making big investments, you also need to factor in capital budgeting, which is planning for those major asset purchases.
Okay. So that's kind of the first half, right?
Yeah, you could say that.
Know where you're going, see where you've been, and try to figure out what's ahead.
Exactly.
So what comes after that in those 10 steps?
So then you get into allocating your resources based on those forecasts and your goals.
So deciding where the money goes.
Exactly. And this is where you start preparing those initial budget drafts.
Okay.
And then comes a really important step, the review and approval phase.
Right.
This is where you make sure that the budget has input from different people and aligns with your overall goals.
Checks and balances.
Absolutely. Then you actually put the budget into action, you implement it.
Right.
And the final step is monitoring and reviewing it, which is something we'll talk about more later.
Okay, so budgeting's not a one-time thing. It's a constant cycle.
Exactly. It's a loop.
Right. And one thing that I think a lot of businesses could improve is how they deal with their financial data and what technology they use.
I agree.
I've seen businesses still using those old spreadsheets.
Yeah, that can definitely be a problem.
Yeah. So one of the biggest issues with budgeting is relying on what you could call dead data.
I like that term.
So this is information that could be weeks or even months old.
Wow.
So think about it. You're making decisions about the present and future of your business based on information that's no longer accurate.
Yeah, that's like trying to predict the weather using last month's temperatures.
Exactly. So how do we fix this bad data problem?
Well, pretty much everyone agrees that you need to embrace live data.
Okay.
This means integrating your financial systems so transactions are synced much more frequently.
Like in real time?
Ideally daily, or at least weekly.
Okay.
So you have a really up-to-date view of your finances, and this is where spreadsheets start to show their limits.
Yeah, I mean, they're good for basic stuff.
They are.
But they can get so time-consuming, and mistakes can happen so easily, and they just don't have the power you need for effective budgeting, especially when your business is growing.
Exactly.
So are spreadsheets basically on their way out for serious budgeting?
Well, most experts agree that if you really want to optimize your budgeting, you need to switch to dedicated budgeting software.
Okay.
These platforms are designed specifically to handle all the complexities of financial planning.
So what are some of the features that make this software so much better than spreadsheets?
Well, for one, they streamline the whole process of creating and managing your budget. They often have pre-built templates and things are automated.
Right.
They also have really powerful forecasting and analytics tools so you can spot trends and project future performance and even play out different scenarios.
That's cool.
And a lot of them integrate seamlessly with other systems like your accounting software, your CRM, and other financial systems.
So everything's connected.
Exactly. You get that single source of truth, which is so important. And on top of all that, you often get features for team collaboration, better reporting, and data visualization, what-if analysis, and even tools to help with compliance and internal controls.
So you mentioned a single source of truth. Can you explain why that's so important for budgeting?
Sure. So imagine you've got different departments all working with their own versions of financial data. Maybe they have different spreadsheets with different numbers or formulas.
Oh, no.
That creates a really fragmented and often inaccurate picture of your company's finances.
Right. You end up with inconsistencies, and it's hard to reconcile everything, and ultimately, it makes your budget unreliable.
Yeah.
A dedicated system is like a central hub. It pulls data from all the relevant sources into one platform, so everyone's working with the same up-to-date information.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Having that clarity and consistency would be a huge advantage.
I think so.
Now, something else that came up a lot in our research is that budgeting isn't just a numbers game that the finance team does on their own.
It shouldn't be.
It's about getting input from across the whole organization. It's about collaboration and communication.
Absolutely. The best budgets are what they call operational and financial.
Okay.
They don't just reflect the financial targets, they reflect the reality on the ground in different departments and teams.
Right.
So you need to involve key stakeholders early on in the process, department heads, project managers, even team members.
So why is that so important? Why get everyone involved so early?
Well, they bring different perspectives and insights that the finance team might not have.
The people who are actually doing the work often have the best understanding of what resources they need and what challenges they might face.
Right.
And when people feel like their input has been considered, they're much more likely to support the budget and take responsibility for reaching their targets.
Makes sense.
Some experts even suggest getting feedback on the budget after each cycle and using that to make the next one even better.
So it's not a top-down thing, it's a collaboration.
Exactly.
Now, we all know that in real life, things don't always go according to plan.
Of course.
So how can businesses build in the ability to adapt when something unexpected happens?
That's where flexibility and adaptability are key.
Okay.
Our research showed that a traditional annual budget can get outdated pretty quickly in today's business world.
Yeah, things change so fast.
Exactly. And this is where rolling budgets and more frequent forecasting come in.
Can you explain what a rolling budget is for people who might not know?
Sure. So unlike a traditional budget that covers a fixed period, a rolling budget is constantly updated. So as 1 month or quarter ends, you add a new one at the end.
Okay.
So you always have a forward-looking view, usually covering a certain number of months or quarters.
All right.
This lets you react much faster to unexpected changes like a drop in revenue or a new opportunity.
That makes sense.
It's also important to have regular check-ins, maybe monthly, where you compare your actual performance to what you budgeted.
To see if you're on track.
Exactly. And then you can make adjustments if needed.
So it's much more dynamic than setting a yearly budget and just sticking to it no matter what.
Exactly.
And this is where scenario planning comes in.
Yes.
So this is where you develop multiple budget plans based on different possible future scenarios. So like a best case, a worst case, and a most likely case.
Right. That way you're thinking through different possibilities and you're more prepared to adapt your finances no matter what happens.
It's all about being prepared.
Exactly. And some experts also emphasize the importance of being able to quickly reforecast and run what-if analyses in response to changing market conditions.
It's like you're always one step ahead.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've talked about the process, the technology, the collaboration, and the need for flexibility. Now let's talk about what we're actually trying to achieve with the budget. How do we make sure it aligns with our strategic goals?
This is a really crucial point. Your budget shouldn't be created in a vacuum. It needs to be a direct reflection of your overall business strategy.
So the budget should be a tool to reach those goals.
Exactly. And the experts are very clear on this. First, you define your strategic objectives, whether that's growth market penetration or improving profitability.
Right.
Then you build your budget in a way that supports those aims.
So your financial resources are strategically allocated to fuel the company's mission.
Precisely. One suggestion we saw was to identify a key strategic goal for each quarter and then allocate budget resources specifically to achieving that goal.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And one source said that effective annual budgets are the ones that truly embody the company's priorities and act as a catalyst for growth.
I like that.
It's all about making sure your resources are linked to your objectives and your overall strategy.
Your budget should be a roadmap to where you want to go.
Exactly.
Now, when businesses are creating this strategically aligned budget, What specific things should they be paying attention to?
The main focus should be on identifying and tracking key performance indicators or KPIs that are directly linked to your goals.
So the metrics that tell you if you're on the right track.
Exactly. And you also need to regularly look at both your fixed costs, the ones that stay pretty much the same,
Right.
and your variable costs, the ones that change depending on production or sales.
Okay.
This helps you spot trends and find opportunities to save money, and a lot of experts recommend using a cash flow budget alongside your regular budget.
Why is it so important to focus on cash flow?
Because even though your budget might show you're making a profit, cash flow is all about the timing of when money comes in and goes out.
Okay.
It's about having enough liquid assets to cover your short-term obligations.
So even a profitable business can have problems if its cash flow isn't managed well.
Exactly. A dedicated cash flow budget helps you monitor your inflows and outflows and make sure you have enough liquid assets on hand.
Those are really important points now for a business that wants to implement these improvements.
Yeah.
What are some best practices that you should keep in mind?
Well, we've talked about a lot of them already, but here's a summary. Involve stakeholders right from the start. Set clear and measurable objectives.
Okay.
Base your assumptions on data, not just your gut feeling. And make sure you have a system for regularly monitoring and reviewing your budget.
What else?
Implement a well-defined and structured budget planning process with clear steps and timelines. Use technology like dedicated budgeting software to automate tasks and improve accuracy.
Right.
Foster a culture of transparency and open communication about the budget across your organization.
That's important.
Absolutely. And be prepared for things to change by developing flexible budgets and using scenario planning.
So you ready for anything?
Exactly. And finally, make sure your budgeting process follows any relevant regulations and internal controls, and conduct thorough post-budget reviews to see what you can learn and improve for next time.
So it's all about continuous improvement.
Exactly. You're transforming your budget from a static document into a dynamic tool that helps you make decisions and reach your goals.
So we started by asking how you can improve your business budgeting process. And it seems the answer is a multifaceted approach, combining a well-defined framework, smart use of data and technology collaboration across teams' agility to adapt a clear alignment with your strategy, a focus on key metrics and cash flow, and consistent use of best practices.
That's a great summary.
It's about changing your mindset and seeing the budget as a strategic asset that could really help your business succeed. So as you think about your own business, consider which of these areas offers the biggest opportunity for improvement, and what's one concrete step you can take this week to start making that change. We've covered a lot of expert insights today, and hopefully you've gained some valuable perspectives to help you take control of your finances, make smarter decisions, and ultimately drive your business forward.
It's been a great discussion.
Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
And to all our listeners, thanks for tuning in.
See you next time.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to ProcessCast. This episode was brought to you by HEFLO, the BPM platform that empowers businesses to document, automate, and optimize their processes with AI. Experience the intelligence to simplify complex business processes and accelerate your growth with our complete management solution. Visit heflo.com to learn more. Be sure to follow ProcessCast for more insights on business process management, and don't forget to share this episode with your network. Until next time.